Hello future CS, welcome back to my channel. So if you are preparing for the CA Inter exams, especially the taxation part B GST paper, you are in for a treat in this video. So we'll be discussing the most common mistakes students make while presenting answers in the GST section. So these insights are directly from the BOS webinar, and I'll be breaking them down for you to help you understand and avoid these pitfalls and score those extra marks. So grab your notebook and pen, stay tuned, and let's ensure you are not making the same errors that others have made in the past. So let's start the video, guys. If you are new to my channel, I request you to subscribe and hit the bell icon below so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. So here we have an example question. We will go through the question and we will learn what is the correct method of presenting the answer for this. And we will also see that what are the errors that the students had made in the past exams. So let's read through the question first. A Limited provides you the following particulars relating to the goods supplied to it by B Limited. So following are the line items. List price of the goods exclusive of taxes, duties and discounts, rupees 81,000. Special packing at the request of the customer to be charged to the customer rupees 5,000. Duty levied by the local authority on sale of such goods rupees 4,000. CGST and SGST charged separately in the invoice rupees 14,400. Subsidy received from an NGO in relation to the goods sold. The price of rupees 81,000 given above is before considering the subsidy rupees 5,000. Determine the value of taxable supplies made by A Limited. So first let's understand the adjustment of each of the line item and then we will see how this has to be presented. So first you will be taking the list price, special packing charges at the request of the customer. This price has to be added to the list price in order to arrive at your taxable value of supply. As packing charges are incidental expenses charged by the supplier to the recipient of the supply. Hence, packing charges are includable while computing the taxable value of supply as per section 15. Hence, special packing charges, this has to be added to your list price. Now coming to treatment of duty levied by local authority. So as per section 15, taxes, duties levied under any law other than CGST and SGST are included in the value. Hence, duty levied by local authority rupees 4,000. This also has to be added to your list price. As per section 15, duties other than CGST and SGST will be added to the list price. Hence, for this line item, CGST and SGST rupees 14,400, no treatment will be required for this. Now coming to this last line item, subsidy received from an NGO in relation to the goods. So as per section 15, subsidy directly linked to the price received from a non-government body is included in the value of the goods. So in this case, it has been specifically given that the price of rupees 81,000 is before considering the subsidy. That means in this 81,000, the subsidy is not deducted. And as per section 15, if the subsidiary is received from an NGO, it has to be included in the price of the goods. So in this case, rupees 5,000 is already included in this. So we will not be deducting this again. So hence in case of subsidy also no treatment will be given. So the value of taxable supply will be 90,000 in this case. List price 81,000. Add special packing rupees 5,000. Add duty rupees 4,000. CGST and SGST will not be included. And subsidy also no treatment is required since it is already included in this price. Because they have specifically given that price of 81,000 is before considering the subsidy. Hence the value of taxable supply is 90,000 in this case. Now let's go ahead and see what is the right method of presenting this answer. And we will also see what are the past mistakes done by students in the previous exams. So this is the first method in which the answer has been presented by a student. So in this case you can see the final answer 90,000 is right. So what the student has done here is list price 81,000, added special packing and they have mentioned the section number here, and add duty levied by local authority on sale of goods rupees 4,000, and CGST and SGST there is no treatment, subsidy also there is no treatment. But however an error here is for each of the line item only the section number has been mentioned and there is no detailed explanation given here. So it is very important that for each of the line item a detailed explanation has to be given. Since only section number has been given and no detailed explanation is given, even though the final answer is correct, full marks will not be awarded in this case. It is very important to substantiate the treatment of each and every line item. Just mentioning the line item and mentioning includable and excludable will not suffice. It is very important to write detailed explanation. So hence because of this type of presentation will not get full marks. Now we will go ahead and see the next type of presentation. So this is the second type of presentation. Here you can see list price of the goods rupees 81,000. Add special packing note 1 rupees 5,000. So for this note has also been given and the note clearly specifies for the special packing charges as being incidental expenses charged by the supplier to the recipient of the supply. Packing charges are includable in the value as per section 15(2)(c). And next add duty levied by local authority on sale of goods rupees 4,000. For this note 2 has been given. And the note 2 here clearly states that taxes, duties levied etc. levied under any law other than CGST, SGST are included. So here what is happening is here also the final answer is right. But the mistake committed here is, so if you come to the question, only special packing and duty levied only for these two line items, reasoning has been given. However, CGST, SGST and subsidy, even though no treatment is required for this has to be shown in the answer. Like a line item has to be shown for these two as well and separate reasoning has to be given for these two. However, in the second type of presentation, subsidy and CGST and SGST has been completely missed out in the answer. Hence, even in this case, even if the final answer is right, this type of answer will also not fetch you full marks. So whether a line item is included or not included, it has to be shown here in the answer and a detailed explanation has to be given as to why you are treating a line item in a specific way, as to which provision of the act you are applying to treat the line item in the specific way. Now coming to the third type of presentation. So in this case you can see list price of the goods rupees 81,000. Add special packing note 1 rupees 5000. So let's see the note 1 here. So note 1, being incidental expenses charged by the supplier to the recipient of supply, packing charges are includable as per section 15(2)(c). Then add duty levied by local authority on sale of goods note 2 rupees 4000 and CGST and SGST charged. This is also as per note 2, no treatment. So this is 0. And here clearly note 2 has been given. Taxes, duties, etc. levied under any law for the time being in force other than CGST, SGST are included in the value as per section 50. And then subsidy received from an NGO note 3. No treatment is required. So coming to note 3 now. Note 3. Subsidy directly linked to the price received from a non-government body is included in the value as per section 15(2)(e). So in this case, since the list price given is before considering the subsidy, that means the list price given here is before deducting the subsidy amount. Hence the subsidy is already included in this 81,000. So we need not include the subsidy here again. Value of taxable supply rupees 90,000. So in this third case, this type of presentation is the correct one, in which you have shown each and every line item. And you have also linked a note to this, stating why you are including, excluding, or why you are not giving any treatment for that particular line item. This has been clearly mentioned in the form of notes to your answer. So this is the right type of presenting the answer. So you can pause this video and note down this right method of presenting the answer. So you can refer this one day before your exams. In this way, you will be presenting the answer in a tabular format and you will also be giving the relevant notes below. So here you have the detailed notes linked to your answer. Now here, in case you do not remember the exact section number, that is fine. However, you will have to give a detailed reasoning. That is more important here. In case you remember the correct section number, you can mention it here. But if you do not remember the section number, do not write wrong section numbers. So I hope you all have noted down this right method of presenting the answers for GST paper. And I also hope this video has helped you identify the areas where you can improve your presentation in GST paper. Remember, exam success isn't just about knowing the content. It's also about how you present your answers. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. And subscribe to the channel for more exam tips and strategies. Also comment below and let me know which of these mistakes you found the most relatable. Or is there any other topic you would like me to cover? Until next time, keep learning, stay motivated. All the best for your exams.